Recently, I traveled over 2,000 miles from home to a Colombian city named Medellin. It's nestled in between beautiful mountains and they call it the city of eternal spring. But I didn't go for a vacay or for my eat, pray, love moment. I went to save money, a lot of it. I want to tell you how I ended up in a dentist's office in Medellin, Colombia. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Chloe the Virgo, and I am back with another video. I actually already recorded this video, so if y'all see some different footage, that's why. Today we're gonna be talking about dental work, getting your teeth done abroad. Is it safe? Is it expensive? Is it like, what are the benefits and what are the risks of getting your teeth done in another country? But first, I have to say thank you to my tribe. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting my channel. I have seen so much growth in the comments. I love reading y'all comments. We're so close to hitting the 1,000 subscribers mark. If you're watching this video right now and you're not subscribed, go ahead, girl. Like, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment below. I'm gonna be giving y'all some really useful information today. So yeah, let's get into it. When I was younger, I had a lot of dental work done, and I'm gonna blame that on terrible genes from my mom and my dad because both of them also have had a lot of dental work done. Unfortunately, they passed that down to me, and I had 4 silver crowns, metal crowns on my teeth. I would say by like high school, 10 years later, 15 years later, I need to get them replaced, of course. I first started to notice that there was like a little dent in one of them, and that was my main concern. So I went to my dentist to get it checked out, and she told me that I need to get my wisdom teeth removed before she does anything else. My wisdom teeth aren't bothering me, but okay, I trust my dentist. $700 later, I come back and I'm like, okay, now let's get what I'm actually concerned about out the way. So then she quotes me $1,900 basically for a porcelain crown, and she wants to do something to the tooth next to it on my top left side. I'm coming post edit to clarify some things. I was having some issues with my top left molar. She advised me to also get the one right beside it done. She wanted to do 2 dental crowns, which I asked a lot of questions because I felt like a dental crown wasn't necessary on the other tooth. I had seen it, it was healthy, no cavities. She was kind of pressuring me to do that. She also says that she wants to do the other 3 for cosmetic reasons because she's like, oh, no one has metal crowns anymore. You need to get these removed. My dentist was rubbing me the wrong way, and I just felt like the quote that she gave me for just the top left corner of my mouth, $2,000, is crazy. But anyway, I needed crowns. I needed 4 of them at least, and maybe a possible root canal, because the thing about crowns is you don't know what's under that crown, especially if you had it on for a long time. So I had to be prepared for a possible root canal. In total, everything that she wanted me to do was about $8,000. Damn! And just to make it clear, at any moment my insurance can kick it back and say, actually, we don't pay for this line item on this receipt, so you're gonna have to pay more than you expected. And that's happened to me before plenty of times with my insurance and my doctors and dentists in the US. So I was like, you know, I can go to another country and pay a guaranteed price out of pocket, or I can, you know, do this gamble with the US where it's like, it's already a high bill, but then it's a possibility that I pay more. My cat coming playing. Come on, Zion. Come on, Zion. Come on. He want to interrupt so bad, like so bad. Okay, so my dad had just went to the Philippines, and he told me that he was saving a lot of money doing work internationally. And I'm like, I'm always traveling. Why would I not look into it? Especially because when I was in Costa Rica, you know, me and Ari were talking to locals, and we found out how cheap and inexpensive it would have been to go to an eye doctor and also get a pair of glasses, like right there on the spot. Way less than the US where you're paying hundreds of dollars for some glasses. Just this background knowledge made me decide that I was gonna try to go international to get my teeth fixed. Just to give y'all an idea about prices, in the US I was quoted about $900 to $1,000 per tooth. At the lowest end, $700 per tooth. In Costa Rica, I was quoted about $500 from each dentist that I seeked out. And then in Colombia, I found about $500 to $300 on the low end. Other procedures that people typically do internationally to save money include dental implants where they have to drill into your bone, veneers, of course, dental crowns, all types of stuff like bridges. All that stuff is a lot less expensive in other countries. Of course, the price of the dentistry, the quality of the dentistry, and also the price of the flight impacted where I decided to go. My flight to Costa Rica from North Carolina was about $300 plus $500 to tooth, but my flight from Colombia was about $300 as well, plus $300 a tooth. Like places like Turkey and the Philippines, my flight would be about $1,000, and maybe the dentistry will be a lot cheaper, but to me the $1,000 overhead for the flight just didn't make sense. So that's why I narrowed it down to Colombia. Another reason why I chose Colombia is because it's a huge like place where people care about aesthetics. So I know that the dentistry is gonna be like, you know, high quality aesthetics. I just knew that it was gonna look good. So just to clear the air, is it safe to get your teeth done abroad? And of course, that depends on what country you go to. So in Costa Rica is like one of the safest countries there is. But then there's Colombia, where I went. If you Google Medellin, Colombia, you're gonna see a lot of horror stories. You're gonna see people getting kidnapped, people getting robbed. You're gonna see just that it's an unsafe city and things of that such. Like I said, do your own research and decide if it's safe for you. You know, I travel a lot, so I understand certain things like not to be flashy with jewelry, not to wear Balenciaga and Dior, or these real name brands out on the streets, because that type of stuff makes you a target. As well as like just doing more research about what it is that these people are doing when they go to another country and have these issues. What are they involved in? And after doing my research, I felt safe enough to say, I'm not involved in any of these things, and I don't expect to be, you know, a super flashy, rich, showy person, so I'll be okay. I'm gonna make a video more about safety in Medellin, you know, what I did to protect myself, keep myself safe, and just things that you need to know before traveling there. So you can expect that video next. As far as the dental work of it all, I'm just gonna jump in and tell you how I did my research, how I found my dentist, and how I verified everything that they told me. You don't want to just Google dentist in Colombia and then click the first website. That's the equivalent to these people who are going to Atlanta and letting a veneer tech put something on their teeth in the back of a barber shop. Like, please don't do that. Number one is when you're searching for a dentist, you want to make sure that they have testimonies or reviews. The clinic that I went to, when I found them, I actually found them on YouTube when I was looking at patient testimonies. Client smiles, before and after pictures, they look really good. They had over 100 reviews. Almost all of them actually were good reviews. And then I went and read them to make sure that they weren't bots. So like I seen some gringos, I seen some, you know, people who actually lived in Medellin. And then I clicked on some of their names just to make sure that, like, if it's a gringo, do you actually live in the United States? Like, what other places have you reviewed? Y'all, I need to be a PI because I was literally stalking these people to make sure that they were real people. But after seeing the YouTube videos of the testimonies, after seeing photos of what the clinic looks like on the outside and the inside, and after seeing reviews from real people who I trust now because I did my research, I decided that this clinic was legit, and I decided to reach out to them on WhatsApp. One of the first things I asked them is, who is my dentist? What is her name? I asked them, how many days am I gonna need to stay in this city to get this procedure done? Do I need to bring anybody with me, like in case I need to go under or anything like that? Just asking, you know, clarifying questions to know what to expect when I get there. So once I got the name of my dentist, of course, I had to stalk her as well. I Googled her name, and the first thing that I found was her LinkedIn page. And I was able to look at all of her work history. I was able to look at the university that she graduated from. I found even like a freaking research paper that she did on the university's website. So I knew that she was legit. Like, I knew that she was that girl. And I found her Instagram page, y'all. I was not playing when it came to my research. I just wanted to make sure, like, quality assurance. And of course, the clinic did have an Instagram page, but that was not my main source of information. But I did go to their Instagram page to look at before and after pictures and see what their work looks like. If they don't have an Instagram page at the one you're looking for, just ask. Ask for the information that you need. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily ask to see a picture of their degree because you don't do that to dentists in America, but maybe you can ask them, like, are you a part of any association, such as like the American Dentist Association, which they do have some dentists a part of the American Dentist Association who practice overseas. But it just all depends on, you know, what the dentist can tell you and show you to make you feel assured. They asked me to send pictures of my teeth, so I sent pictures. They gave me a quote. Each dental crown, about $300 for a porcelain crown. The root canal maybe that I needed was quoted about 100. Fill-ins were like less than 100. So I'm like, anything that I need is going to be pretty affordable here. I've seen the testimonies, I've seen everything. I decided to make an appointment. So I'm just going to hop into my experience, how it went, what happened, give you the rundown. I found a flight to Medellin, a round trip flight for around $300. I booked a 7-day trip from Saturday to Saturday. I stayed at a hostel and it was super cheap. It was really nice. It was like a more modern hostel, but I will say Medellin is hot, so it was hot in that hostel. It was in Lorales, which is like a part of Medellin that's deemed safe. My dentist's office was in El Poblado, which is super close and also like a safe part of Medellin. Uber is technically illegal in Colombia, but a lot of people still use it anyway. Taxis are also really affordable, so you can use a taxi or Uber in Medellin. So I was able to get to my appointments really easily, quickly. It was actually a holiday weekend, so they weren't open on Monday, but I was still able to go on Tuesday and do my consultation, have her look under my crowns and take them all off, do all the work, and then go back on Friday to get them placed. Although I will say that I suggest taking a few extra days after you get everything done just to make sure that everything is, up to your standard. I had decided that if anything was wrong, I was just gonna go back. Especially because when I got there, I realized that I did not have enough time in Medellin. Like, a week was not enough for me to explore and do what I wanted to do. I went there on Tuesday. I had my initial consultation at 8 a.m. She took my crowns off, and then she found that I had a cavity under the top left one, the one that I was mainly concerned about. So the cavity was kind of close to my nerve. It was like a small cavity, so she was like, either, we could just take the cavity out and then fill it in and then put the crown on. There is a possibility that you might need to come back and get some work done in a couple of years. The alternative was for her to go ahead and do a root canal, so that I wouldn't have to worry about getting more dental work done in a couple of years. If I get a root canal right now, it's gonna be cheap and I won't have to worry about this tooth for hopefully at least another 10 years. So I was like, just do it now. So I ended up getting a surprise root canal. It cost me, like I said, about 100 extra bucks. There was another doctor who came in to do my root canal, and she spoke a little bit more English, which made me, feel a lot more comfortable as well. Oh yeah, that's what I need to speak about. Did my dentist speak English? No. So my dentist, she did not speak like fluent English. She knew a couple of words like pain, open, close, very simple communicative things. I spoke enough Spanish to be able to communicate with her. I learned phrases like, can you take a picture of my teeth? This hurts, or I'm worried about this, or, I'm able to communicate enough to get me by, and I just learned specific words that related to this experience. So I highly suggest, if you're going to a Spanish speaking country, you should at least know some Spanish, or you should just make sure that your doctor speaks English. There were some moments where there were more intricate or more complicated things that we wanted to explain to each other. And in those instances, we used Google Translate. But for the most part, we were able to understand each other with me speaking Spanish to her and then her speaking some English to me. I got my root canal. It took about an hour and a half to do that. And then they took the rest of my crowns off, polished them up and, made sure that everything was good to go. They took moldings in my mouth and then they went and made the porcelain crowns. I had been in the chair so long from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. that my mouth was tired, my dentist was tired. So we decided to just leave the teeth how they were, which were little small teeth, which they were in the back of my mouth, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, I didn't get any temporary crowns put on. So from Tuesday until Friday, I had small teeth. Friday morning, I went back and they placed the 4 of my crowns. When I got there, all she had to do was shave them down to make sure that they were the right size for me, and then glue them on. I feel like that was maybe the most difficult moment, is trying to understand or tell her about my bite, how I want my bite to be. Right now, my front 2 teeth, they touch. But when she initially put one of my crowns in, they didn't touch. So I had to try to explain to her, hey, can you shave this tooth down so that my front 2 teeth touch again? But yeah, I don't have any worries or concerns about it. I haven't noticed anything strange or weird about my teeth. And if I do have any concerns, I can always go back to my dentist. My doctors were very professional. All of their equipment was very high tech. Say for example, one of the things that I asked is, can you take pictures of what's underneath my crowns? She had a little tool where she just put it in my mouth and it took a picture, and then it popped up on the screen right in front of me, and I was able to see everything. She showed me before and after pictures, and you know, she talked to me about what she was doing as she was doing it. That made me feel really secure. Overall, I had a great experience. I trust my doctor. My teeth turned out great. I'm safe, and I saved thousands of dollars. If you got any questions, or if you feel like I missed anything, any questions you want me to answer, drop them in the comments below. If you made it this far into the video and you're still not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me and hit the like button, because it's some good information. Obviously, you're still here. We are trying to grow this tribe, and yeah.